its lavish temples and awe-inspiring pyramids, Egypt brings out the explorer in us all. But on this contemporary journey, we look beyond the past.
You get to see the city in a whole new light.
There's beauty on Egypt's bustling streets. The perfect antidote to modern life can be found on the great River Nile.
It's incredible what we have right here at home.
And an eco-friendly thrill-seekers playground to enjoy amid unspoilt natural beauty. This is Destination Egypt. Cairo has stood on the banks of the Nile for over 2,000 years. Imposing, magnificent. To the uninitiated, it's a daunting place. This sprawling home to around 20 million people is a hive of activity. Life is lived here, on the streets. For local architect turned photographer Karim El Haywan, there's beauty in these alleyways. And with every walk, the city reveals unexpected treasures.
I'm very, very passionate about photography. Cairo and all the layers that you have to unveil gradually. In itself, this is a journey. For a local like me living here, this is a pursuit. This is a photographer's or artist's haven in terms of understanding and observing.
It's Saturday, and Karim is on his way to lead a group of intrepid photographers on a journey through downtown Cairo.
Hi guys, hello. Welcome to the Cairo Saturday Walks. Let's go take a spin.
Yeah.
We're gonna go through Bab Zuwayla up the way to Souk Silah. Okay. All right, let's go. I started exploring the streets every Saturday as some sort of practice, and then some friends started joining me. The group kept on expanding, and it reached out to an international crowd. We created a hashtag on Instagram, and everyone started pulling in their photographs.
Connecting through social media, a growing number of locals and tourists now join Karim on his walks. They go where the mood takes them. Each new street, a new experience.
So we're crossing through Khayamiyya, the old tent makers area, which is absolutely stunning in terms of craft, in terms of architectural design. It's ancient, and it's always a very interesting path to go through. So let's go.
Built in the 1600s, the Street of Tent Makers is Cairo's sole remaining medieval covered market. Here, row upon row of tiny workshops maintain centuries-old craft-making traditions, producing bright fabrics used for ceremonial tents at wakes, weddings and funerals.
So we're going to meet Hani, actually, who goes way back in this craft. He has a lot of concept put in his work, whereas design plays a very big role in what he does. He is an absolute master of his craft.
These artisans also make intricate bright-coloured wall hangings and cushion covers.
You're an artist.
Hani Ahmed comes from a long line of master craftsmen.
I like this work too much because my grandmother she this work a long time, and I like this work because this is art, not work.
Karim's Cairo Saturday walks delve into the lives of everyday Egyptians, finding beauty in the mundane.
Yalla, come in. So we're here at Salama's dye workshop, and we're quite lucky because he's actually in action dyeing some threads the way he did for 100 years. This place is almost 100 years old. Hag Salama has been doing this for the past maybe 46 years, and we're catching him in action. So let's take some shots.
Here, strands of cotton are immersed in ink. spun dry in an industrial dryer before being brought to the roof of the workshop, where a rainbow of colours are left to dry in the midday sun.
You get everything. You get whoever's interested in portraiture finds that, whoever's interested in texture, color, details, everyday life. Above all that, you have this open museum as a backdrop to what you're doing.
With thousands of images taken, these walks have grown into more than just a tourist trail.
You get to see the city in a whole new light. You get to pause. You get to go to different areas of the city that you normally wouldn't go to. So it's a whole different experience than what you would get in your day-to-day living in Cairo.
Morning dawns over Egypt's River Nile. In a scene repeated for centuries, an elegant dahabeah glides into view. In the 1800s, wealthy Europeans would board these elegant passenger boats to cruise from Cairo to Luxor. These days, a new type of traveller is drawn to the river in search of spiritual rejuvenation.
Hello, Anton. Sam. Sarah, welcome. Hello, everybody. I would like to welcome you on the Vera one.
The cruise is the brainchild of Christoph de Spiegler and Isabel Peters.
To me, Vera Cruise, it's a search for your own peace. When you are disconnected on the Nile, everything kind of changes. It's almost like you're in a bubble. It's a place where, yeah, you can get reborn.
The difference between the classical cruise and this cruise is that in addition to the nice temples, you have the beautiful nature. We try to also help heal your inner person.
For Ali Al-Alfi, the tranquility aboard the boat is a timely respite from his busy life in Cairo.
Luxor, Aswan, the whole of the Nile, especially down here, is pretty magical. It's always good to come out of the city and connect with not just nature, but these places that are really, really charged.
There's a bank there that is right in front of the Valley of the Kings. So energetically, that is very powerful. It has a story. Just notice, be present and just notice what's happening inside of it. I touch everything upon from physical to psychological to mental to energetic, but especially spiritual. The Wi-Fi here is good for spirituality. It's great. The signal here is great.
It really enriches our life because we meet so many like-minded people. How it works in energy, you attract your kind, similar energy, people who want to do the same experience as you, and every single time my heart is so satisfied when I'm here.
For Ali and the others on board, the afternoon is given over to more meditation and yoga.
And Kemetic yoga is based on the ancient Egyptian spiritual way of life. Closing the palms together, hold the breath and reach.
When you travel around or come to a place like this, it opens you up, doesn't it? It just sets the stage for the sort of connecting that we're looking for with a practice like meditation or yoga.
And on the exhale, rotate like a plane forward.
While these tourists seek inner peace along the Nile, others head to the country's Red Sea coast to experience its natural beauty.
Morning everyone, welcome to Red Sea Diving Safari's main village, Marsa Shagara. Today we will enjoy together some snorkeling. All the time, take care of the reef. I hope we enjoy it. I wish you the best of luck.
The coral reefs along the Marsa Alam coast are some of the best in the world. Home to over 300 different species of fish, this is a treasure trove for snorkelers and divers.
It's really amazing. This place for me This is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to.
Below the surface, beautiful colors. It's quiet. Nobody interferes in your mind. You only see what you see, and it's beautiful.
These reefs show less environmental damage than other reefs around the world, thanks in part to the efforts of this man. Hossam Helmi has pioneered reef conservation for over 30 years. He runs 3 eco-resorts and campaigns to protect some of Egypt's most spectacular coral reefs.
It's the first time that the whale shark go inside the bay, yeah? Yeah, he goes inside. The most important thing is, I think, the control of the people who are using the sea. If you manage to do that in the right way, you will save the marine life on the bay.
In 1989, Hossam received permission to build his first resort, and a large one was anticipated.
So if we put 1,500 rooms in the area here, oh, forget about the marine life.
Realising the potential impact to the environment, he chose instead to build a much smaller resort to accommodate just 175 people.
We not having overload so many rooms and so many users per day for the house reef, because this is the value we have, the house reef, the marine life inside. It's a treasure. We have a treasure here, so we have to save it, otherwise we're gonna lose it.
Laguna is one of the most famous destinations around the world for kiting because we have constant wind, shallow areas, not too much stones, not too much reef. Winter, summer, we can kite all the year round here in Laguna. My name is Momo. I started when I was 14 years old. I'm 31 years old now, so it's kind of more than half of my age I'm doing it.
Momo Best is just one of several instructors working out of a kitesurfing school in El Gouna, a custom-built resort along the western coast of the Red Sea.
It's good wind at the moment, we can fly the kite. When you want to give the kite up, you have to give the sign, make a sign for the assistant. And if you learn kite from 180 degrees, it will change your life. You just want to have this feeling again and again and again.
Today, Momo is taking a group of avid kite surfers to one of the world's best kiting locations.
It's called Tawil Island, one of the most famous destinations for kite surfer, all kind of levels. It's super nice, shallow spot, super sandy, which every kite surfers love.
Should I take a 12 or 14?
Prefer 14, I think, to have more power. Yeah.
Among Momo's students is 16-year-old Omar Modrek.
The turn, you just have to let go on the turn. Just go for it, don't think about it, just go for it. Okay, go. Go, go, go. Enjoy.
You definitely get an adrenaline rush whenever you land a trick in the air. When you land a new trick, it's, the feeling is, you can't really describe it.
Although Omar only took up kitesurfing 5 years ago, he's already a reigning champion in Egypt.
My dream is to become world champion, maybe like every other kid that starts kiteboarding. And yeah, hopefully it will come true one day.
With wind speeds hitting up to 50 kilometres per hour at peak season, there's ample opportunity for Momo to test out his skills.
Every time you learn something new, you have the same feeling like that's awesome thing that you've done, like, and you want to keep going, you're going to keep pushing, like you want to learn something new, like new extra tricks. For me, there's still a lot to learn for sure. I'll keep learning every day new tricks. I would like to push my big air tricks. The feeling you have when you are out there with a kite and the wind, you don't have engine, you don't have oil, you don't have gas or anything, you just have power from the wind. It's like kind of freedom feeling. You can go everywhere with a kite, you can fly. That's kind of feeling, like you have to experience it yourself. I'm not gonna stop until my last day. Like I will keep doing it for the rest of my life, I think.
From sailing through the air to diving in the deep. Under the sea is a more tranquil scene. The Red Sea has some of the world's best coral reefs. It's a kaleidoscope of colours and home to an extraordinary variety of marine life. With a sleek frame of glistening blue and greys, the Indo-Pacific bottlenose dolphin is instantly recognisable. And just off El Gouna, you will find them in abundance. Marine biologist Angela Ziltner is a real-life dolphin whisperer. She has followed their every move for a decade and knows each one individually.
In this area we have around 300 dolphins. I realized how important it is to know more, that you also can protect the animals.
A major part of Angela's research focuses on the dolphins' sleeping patterns. She's found that they hunt in the ocean at night and come back to the coral reefs during the day to sleep.
It's very interesting actually how dolphins are sleeping. They only sleep with one brain side. One is awake and the other one is sleeping.
But Angela's work is not just for scientific purposes.
So the code of conduct is very important for captains, for guides, to also teach the guests, the tourists, that they know, okay, we cannot swim now because the dolphins are sleeping.
As more and more visitors flock to the reef, her research is guiding their experience.
Hello, nice meeting you. Angela, it's my name. Yes.
Angela often takes visitors out on day trips to a protected reef called Sharb El Erg.
There are a lot of marine species in the Red Sea. Best is actually when the marine creatures is coming to you, like that we are not active going after them. So everybody would love to see the dolphins and even dive with them. But for this you need to know how to interact with them in a sustainable way, that they are not leaving the areas. We just have seen one dolphin. Her name is Laura. She's often alone.
Bringing science and sightseeing together, the tourists benefit from Angela's expertise.
They are so aware of you, and if they want to interact, they're coming. Let them decide if they want to encounter. If they don't want, leave them. It's their choice, and we should respect that.
Not only do the guests come away with lasting memories, but a newfound appreciation of the treasures living under the sea.
We can even more enjoy this encounter if it's from their side. We really need to take care of the dolphins, that we not make them go away, because we are the guests here and we are going to their home.
From protecting the country's wildlife and future to embracing Cairo's past, Egypt and the people who live there are offering visitors an adventure that is more about the journey than just the destination.
Like this?
Keep looking at the camera, don't look away.
Sure.
Do I have to look there?
Straight
Okay.
A bit more energy, please.
Okay, we can start.
3, 2, 1.
This is Budapest. Better?
And go.
Is the city of the seven bridges.
It's where we drink palinka.
It's the home of goulash.
And this view.
This is Budapest. 1.7 million people.
118 spas.
We are the spa capital of the world.
Known for water polo and underground caves.
It's where small big things were invented.
The Rubik's Cube. Vitamin C. The ballpoint pen.
It's the Hollywood of Europe.
And the most mispronounced city of the world.
It's Budapest.
Not Budapest.
It's Budapest.
Budapest?
Formed of two cities, Buda
And Pest.
But today we are one proud city.
Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome to Budapest.
Welcome to
Budapest.
Üdvözöljük Budapesten.
Welcome to Budapest.
Hello, my name is Sophie Mautner. I'm a professional food writer and author of 11 cookbooks. And now I'm going to introduce to you to the vibrant food scene of Budapest. I think this is a perfect place to start our food tour. This is the Central Market Hall, which is the biggest and most beautiful market of Budapest. So let's go and try to find some nice ingredients. Hello. Hello. So this is Anna, and she actually sells really amazing mushrooms. And I think many people actually don't know that there is a big mushroom hunting and really fantastic quality mushrooms in the forests of Hungary.
You can cook it like a steak or fry it because many people grill it.
And it's beautiful. Surprisingly, Hungary is also very well known for truffle hunting. Do you have any?
Yes, we have one.
Wow, it's a white
in
one.
Hungary. Yes, this is the white truffle in English.
Yeah.
It would have been around 3,000 euros.
I know lots of Michelin star chefs around Europe, in Belgium particularly, but also in France, who actually buy all the truffles here in Budapest because it's a good quality and it's actually, of course, cheaper than in other countries. Obviously, there is one spice or one thing which can't be missing from a Hungarian market and Hungarian cooking, and that's paprika. Actually, 1,000 tons of paprika being produced in Hungary every year. We have the sweet version, we have the spicy one, and it's also quite fashionable or becoming fashionable to produce the smoked one. And well, obviously everyone wants Hungarian paprika, even the Spanish. The classic goulash soup is being made of beef shin normally, cooked quite long, so it really needs to be cooked tender. So let's see where we can find a really nice goulash soup. So this is one of my favorite restaurants in Budapest. It's run by Tamás Szér, the chef, the first Hungarian chef who ever got a Michelin star. So we have the goulash soup, which is obviously like the signature dish of Hungarian cooking. The meat is coming from a grey cattle, for the neck part, and you have, some celery and preserved lemons, which is another twist, but it makes it very fresh. Then this one, it's offal, it's lamb, it's all, all the parts of the lamb with some lamb liver and some dumplings in it. It's a little kind of sweet and sour. And this one, my favorite, is cottage cheese dumplings made of curd cheese, some semolina, eggs, and they put this foam of sour cream on it. And you know what, let me just show you some serious Hungarian street food. Okay, so this is called langos. It's the dirty street food of Hungary, and it's basically fried bread. And actually there are 3 occasions when you eat it. Number 1, on the beach in the summertime. Number 2, Saturday morning at the market after doing the shopping. And number 3, in the morning at 3 o'clock when you had a few drinks, too much, and you walk home to the subway.
So we really love our sweets here in Hungary, and pastry is super important. And we have everything from old school classic pastry shops till contemporary, really funky dessert places, and this is one of them. Hello! Hello. So let's see what's going on in the kitchen. Okay, so before I let you go, I want to show you something, and this is the ultimate Hungarian childhood sweet, the ultimate Hungarian guilty pleasure. It's called Turorudi, and it's basically a cottage cheese bar covered in dark chocolate. Definitely none of my international friends like it because it's kind of weird, but in Hungary it's almost a national treasure. We love it and we always carry it in our suitcase whenever we travel. So when you are here, you really have to try it. So enjoy Budapest, and I'm gonna have a bite. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Katinka Hosszú. I'm an Olympic swimmer and I'm here to show you one of my favorite spots in Budapest. So we are here at the Citadella. I love to come here because this is probably the best view of the whole city of Budapest. This site is the part of the UNESCO World Heritage. There is a Liberty statue as well. It's been here since 1947. For me, having the Danube cross between Buda and Pest and having all the bridges across, I think it just gives such an atmosphere to Budapest that it's really nice to experience. Every time I come back to Budapest, obviously I feel home. I love our streets, I feel the atmosphere, this is where I belong. I think people here get each other. I do travel a lot. I actually lived abroad for a couple of years as well, and I have always missed my city, Budapest. In Hungary, people are huge sports fans. They actually love water sports, water polo and swimming. For the World Championships last year, there was a huge swimming pool built. If you look around, there are spas everywhere in Budapest. We really love to go there and relax. Budapest Bath is one of the oldest spas in Budapest. It's been here for about 500 years. This is a must-do when you come to Budapest. Visit one of the spas. There are so many options here. And this one's got a pool with a view. But now let me show you what's underneath this thermal bath. Budapest has one of the largest cave systems in the world. And this one is really unique because it's all of it underwater and you can find it in the heart of the city. Let's check it out. This cave system is called the Molnár János cave, and it's actually huge. 7 kilometers long has been discovered, and it's up to 90 meters deep. I kinda wanna get in the water. Obviously, this is not something they normally do here. They dive much deeper. I don't want to leave. I'll see you guys later.
Hi there, my name is Fanny Sarkari and I'm a city guide for Budapest Underguide. Budapest is an amazing city, a very open-minded one. But as you might know, this country lived in a communist system until 1989. Now I'm going to take you back in time. Welcome to Memento Park. In my back you can see all the statues that were taken away from the center of Budapest after the 50-year-long communism we had. So back in the year 89-90, most of the statues were sort of like destroyed. So the ones you can see over here were like kept as a memory from back from the communist era. It's the very best thing to come over here with an open heart and open mind. Just give it a try to understand what was happening back then. It's still being like a hard topic for most of the families that I happen to know. It's somewhat like injected into everyone's blood in positive and negative way at the same time. So right after Memento Park, let me show you something else that remains for the communist era. It's a little bit more cheerful. Let's have a look. This is basically the headquarters of a very iconic shoe brand called Tissa. Back in the 70s, when the shoe brand itself was born, was the only one that was reachable by Hungarians because of the communist regime. So the revival, the second revival of the brand was at the year 2003. Since we are counting with a new ownership, it became trendy because of being retro. That place was... If you want to feel like back in the 70s, this is the place where to eat. So, as you can see, we are back in the 70s. Nothing has changed since then. Not the furniture, not the look, not the people, not the owners, neither the food. Let's go for it. She says she's working here since 1981 and still loving it, as you can see. The communist feast. This gentleman over here works here for 30 long years. He's the owner, he's the one running the business, and basically he says if you have a restaurant like this one, you do not change because they're coming back for what they experienced earlier. Actually, no, they are just listing all the beautiful things we ate. You have to say it by heart. No one counted it earlier, so you have to be super honest with them. What a system, right? Viszontlátásra! Köszönöm! Sziasztok! Let me introduce you these living history pieces, the Trabants that were the dream of all the families back in the communist era, for sure. Now we have two beauties to ride a little bit around the city. Why not, right? So let's hop in them. Cool.
Use the key first of all and push gas. Push, 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 push. Push, push.
Yes, yes. That's great.
Handbrake. Okay, number 2. Yes. Good. Gas, gas.
Wave to the policeman over there. You're driving history. Trabant was the ultimate answer back in the 70s. These were the one and only available ones back those times. Riding a Trabant is definitely fun, but I would never use for a bigger distance than 10 to 15 kilometers. I mean, the brake at least is good, so we could stop.
Hi, I'm Esther Gyárfás. I'm a film producer, and now I'm going to show you the film industry of Budapest. So we're at Hero Square. This has been used for many film productions. It's a very popular filming location. Like over there, they used that part at one of the Die Hard movies with Bruce Willis. Then this part was used for a Michael Jackson video. One of the big blockbusters, the recent ones that was shot in Budapest was Red Sparrow, and one of their main locations was the beautiful Opera House.
Guys, just clear the wings, clear the wings.
Budapest is a perfect place for filming because it's so versatile. One corner can look like Berlin, another avenue can look like Paris. There are a lot of international movies that are shot here, probably 30-40 per year. Jó napot! A keleti pályaudvarhoz legyen szíves. So we're on the Danube. On this island, there were huge ship factories. It's actually called the Ship Factory Island. And now it's a good example for filmmaking. We have film shoots on this island. No ship making anymore. So we're shooting a Swedish TV series here in this hangar, and we're just about to shoot a scene behind me. The DOP and the gaffer are talking about how to light the scene. The grip crew is trying the tracks with the camera to make it ready. Obviously, for a moving camera, it's very good to have tracks so that it's fixed and it's not shaking all the time. And of course, the actors are outside and their makeup and hair is being done at the same time. This is Tamás, the first assistant director. He's the captain of the set. He's running the show here.
Well, it's completely or 90% set in Stockholm. Obviously, 99% is shot in Hungary, and we have amazing, beautiful sets everywhere, all over Budapest.
Jó napot! Köszönjük! So this is a New York film set, although we're still in Budapest. This was made for The Alienist, the American TNT series. If you look around, you can see that this is a film set. These are just facades, but not actual buildings. So there you can see a garden where you can actually go in. They shot some garden scenes inside. Are these actually real?
That's a fine armadillo you have.
Thank you. You can see that after a while it just runs off into a blue screen, which means that through visual effects they can attach anything to it. Budapest is a great place to shoot, and also economically we have the Hungarian tax incentive, through which 25% of every money that is spent in Hungary on film will be given back to the production in cash. So I think this boom will continue for at least another few years.
Hi guys, we are Anna and Marci. We are travel bloggers.
We were born and raised in Budapest. We will show all the coolest places to take photos.
So let's go check them out.
This place is a must visit for the photographers because you can see the Parliament building and the river Danube and all of the bridges.
Yes, The best about taking pictures of Budapest is that you have so many options, you have such different places to visit. We have amazing buildings, amazing architecture here. Yay! Our audience loves the pictures when we are both off on it.
When it's a bit personal, they love it.
And we are like cuddling,
Kissing and so on, sir. Smile. This place is so unique and it has a romantic charm. It's perfect for wedding photographers.
It's not a surprise that it's a World Heritage Site.
We go ahead to the Philosopher's Garden.
And it's kind of a secret. It's where the locals hang out.
So I have a little gadget. This little drone is the best for here. I will fly this beast now.
It's more like a bird, not a beast.
We are next to the river Danube. We usually chill here. Egészségedre.
In the heart of the city, you can find many rooftop bars. It's first to come up here because you can have a different perspective of the whole city.
If you'd like to capture the sunset like never before, this is your place.
No! Put it down, thank you.
All right. When you're here in Budapest, this is the best place to take a picture of the parliament.
You have to make sure you take this picture at night when the lights are on from here, just across the river.
I suppose Budapest is the best place in the world because the vibe is so authentic and every season is different. Budapest has a lot of faces. Everywhere you go, you can find a good spot where you can take photos. I love my hometown.